Hey guys, my name is William Flederman, and I am an openly bisexual. And this is my coming out story. Uh, there's the pause. Um, every time I try and do this is like my fifth time trying to record this, and every time it screws up because I start either rambling or forget what to say. So I'm just going to try and start from beginning to end and explain this, so bear with me. So, um, I was raised in and still am being raised in a small, conservative, wealthy town where everyone really has to, there's a lot of pressure to conform, and every family is trying to be perfect, trying to be that perfect Deluxeberry family, which is the town that I live in, which is Duxbury. And everyone calls it Deluxeberry because everyone's perfect and rich here, and that. But behind the scenes, it's not quite as pretty and amazing as it seems. Everyone's different. So besides that, I was raised here, and it was kind of nerve-wracking and hard for me to come out. It seemed impossible, and it seemed impossible as a bisexual and not needed since I was bi to come out, since I liked girls and guys. So I started out dating girls, and I figured out for myself that I liked guys. Same time you probably figured out you liked girls in kindergarten, just having your first crush. My first crush was a guy, and I kind of got in trouble for liking a guy and saying, "Oh, Jerry's cute." They're like, "Oh, you have to go into timeout." So that was my first time kind of realizing, oh, that's not okay. Liking guys is against the rules, and liking girls is okay. So I'm just going to stick to liking girls. And while I still liked guys, I wasn't making any effort to date a guy, obviously, especially in the town that I live in, which was conservative. So it seemed quite impossible, and I didn't know anyone else who was gay or bi, and so I felt like I was alone, and that was okay because I had always kind of been a loner. I I am not normal. I've never liked sports, never liked playing with the guys. It was tough for me because I didn't have the same interests as everyone else. I went to the circus when I was 7 and kind of fell in love with the circus, and ever since then wanted to run away with the circus. And when I told people that, they would be, "Oh, well, how are you going to make money? How are you going to stay in Duxbury? Aren't you going to be poor?" And I didn't really care about that because for me, what makes me happy is seeing other people happy and smiling. And being a clown or entertaining people and letting them forget their daily troubles is really what I wanted to do, and what I still want to do. I love performing, and so that's been my life. And so coming out, I already was the weird kid, and so I didn't want to make that anymore. So I wasn't even thinking of coming out. Then I had this girlfriend, Lily, and she was the first person that I really had a connection with. Like I'd have like fake girlfriends before, but in 7th grade, that was the first person that I really fell head over heels for. And about halfway through our relationship, it was like 2 months, so maybe 1 month into it, she calls me up and she tells me, "Well, I have a secret, and I need to tell you this because it might affect our relationship." And she told me that she was bi, and I was blown away. I was like, "So there's someone else who likes girls and likes guys. I'm not alone here." And I was thrilled. And she thought I would be mad or be upset, and I was like, "Really? Really? Well, I am too." And she's like, "What?" And I'm not sure if she was trying to get me to not like her by saying that I was bi, if it was a reason for me to break up with her. But it worked out in the end, and we started talking, and we talked and talked and talked for like 4 hours that night over the phone, just about being bi, and she kind of let me know it's not, you're not alone. And I went to a New Year's Eve party with her, and that was fun. But the most memorable part of it, besides the kiss, was meeting another lesbian. She had told me before that she that I was her first boyfriend, and I was all proud. I was like, oh yeah, I'm her first boyfriend. That's gonna be great. And then she's like, well, yeah, you're my first boyfriend, but I dated her before. And so I'm like, so you can date and do all this stuff, and it's not gonna be impossible? And she's like, yeah, you just gotta tell people. And so I did. I went home pretty much that night, if I remember correctly. And this was in 7th grade, and I told my mom, Mom, I'm bi. And she didn't, she took it really well. And I'm proud of her for that, but she was so confused because she didn't know what bi was. And so I had to explain it to her. But what I love is that how accepting she was. It's not important for a parent to love their son for being gay, or to be excited for them to be gay and be different. And she was afraid because it's a hard thing. But at the same time, she was accepting, and she was willing to help me instead of kicking me out of the house or telling me not to. She kind of accepted it. But the funniest thing is, she thought I was gay. She was like, wait, you're not gay? You're not gay, so you really like girls too? Okay, well, that's good news. At least I have chance now still to have a grandson or a granddaughter. And so she was happy about that. But she told me to keep it under wraps because it's Duxbury. And so I did. And I slowly started coming out to people, though. I did it really slowly, because her best advice to give me was, don't do it too fast. Don't rush it, because that's where it's going to be dangerous. You want to come out really slow and in steps. So that's exactly what I did. I told Mandy, my best friend, who runs the GSA, and she invited me to go to the GSA. GSA is the Gay Straight Alliance for LGBTQ kids, and that was just an amazing experience, coming out to her and then talking about it, and just coming out to different people and seeing their reactions, because one, I'm a performer, I love attention, and that got a lot of attention, and two, I got to let go, and every time it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. And within about a year, in 8th grade, I had come out to a bunch of people, and most of my close friends already knew. And then I decided, well, I guess it's time to start coming out to more people, and coming out to my whole grade, because it was just torture to try and keep that secret. When you're in the closet, you're constantly thinking, well, what are they gonna think? You're trying to keep the secret, and it's so much. For me, I was like, well, I can't wear makeup, I can't wear skinny jeans, I have to dress masculinely, act masculinely, tell gay jokes to try and fit in so that people won't think about it, and go down that path. And that really hurt, pretending to be something that I wasn't. And so eventually, I decided, you know what, I'm going to come out to some people, and come out to some of the popular people in my grade, and then it'll spread like wildfire. And so I was going to do that. I had plans to do that in December. This was October, and all of a sudden, I was outed. And being outed is sometimes the best thing that can happen, and sometimes the worst. In my case, it was kind of a mix of two, because I didn't expect it, and it was just a lot of opinions at once. And so I came back from nature's classroom, which was cool, because all these guys, all the popular guys, were just walking around shirtless, and we were in a cabin. It was basically like going to camp. and that was fun, being bi, and that was exciting. But as soon as I got back, I got called over to one of the popular kids table, and they're like, "Will, is it true that you're gay?" And so there were a lot of rumors, and everyone was kind of whispering and looking over at me, and so I'm like, "Nope, I'm not gay." They're like, "Really?" "Yep, I'm bi." And they're like, "Oh, oh." So some of them knew what it was, some of them didn't. So I had to explain it, and I got a lot of attention from that, and that's the thing that was positive. I got a lot of positive reinforcement, and it wasn't like people didn't want to talk to me. And that's what I was so afraid of, that no one was going to uh, walk towards me, and everyone was going to be afraid of me. Instead, everyone flocked towards me, and they started asking me questions because everyone was really curious. And I soon found out that I was the first person in our middle school, pretty much, that anyone knew of, to come out of the closet. So it was a big step, and it was scary. But everyone seemed to be really positive, and they were asking me questions. And the annoying thing is, some people were asking questions because they were, most people asked questions because they were just curious, and they'd never had anything happen like that before. And I'd watched plenty of YouTube videos, so I kind of had the snarky comments like, "Well, when did you decide you were gay? When did you decide you were straight?" You know? And so it was a good experience. But then after a while, it ended up being like everyone would ask me questions, and that was all they were interested in. And that's still okay. But some people, that was their way of bullying, because nowadays you can't. And I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, guys, I'm ADD. That's another coming out here. So that's probably why I haven't taken my pills. So that's probably why I am losing my train of thought constantly, and I've been rambling. This is way too long of a video. I'll probably continue it in another video explaining everything that happened. But if you're in the closet and you're contemplating coming out, my best advice to you is come out when you're ready, and come out slowly, and wait until it's harder to stay in the closet than to come out. Like, if you still think it's going to be harder to come out, then don't do it. If you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. Come out when you're ready, and you'll know you're ready when you can't get it off your mind. By the end of it, by that October, I couldn't get it off my mind, and I was thinking, I've got to come out. I can't keep this secret anymore, and it was stressing me out, and it was a lot harder for me to keep it in than to let it out. And when you're at that point, that's when you should come out, in my opinion. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Peace out. I'm Will. Subscribe, comment, rate, whatever. Thanks for watching. Bye.